Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys, and today we're gonna do a short review of the new Mercedes C-Class. And honestly, I'm gonna just give you a heads up, I'm not gonna be able to drive this car in this video, but we're just gonna go through some of the center console functions and pretty much just seeing how the interior looks like and some of the exterior. So guys, shout out to the Boost in Motion family. Hit that like button for your support. I really appreciate it. But let's jump into the video. All right, guys, so we're building it as we fly it, because I don't do these head cam POV, but also I got another, not a GoPro, but I got it from a different company. I forgot what the company name is. I think it's InstaGo or whatever it is like that. So I'm trying it out, just seeing how it is. And let me know how, if you like videos like this with me talking or not talking. I'm trying my best to continue to grow this channel. I'm trying my best to try different things, because I know I'm not the best looking guy to look at. So let's jump into it. Alright guys, so first thing, pardon me, I'm going to just do a quick voiceover for some of the functions, okay? So don't beat me up, guys, don't beat me up in the comments. Also, because my jacket makes that squishing noise, and I don't think you guys want to hear that in your ear, so hopefully my voice is a lot more pleasant than that squishing noise. So we're going to start off with the center console, and we're going to go through some of the functions, from phone to media to apps, comfort. And honestly, there's a lot of functionality in this. So in this case, I started off with the seat functions and other ways to adjust the automatic seat position, stuff like that. Once again, pretty cool. It's kind of like, honestly, guys, it's like a tablet. You know, like I've owned Infinities before in the past, and they had something like this in the 2014 and up Q50s, but I see where Mercedes is going with this. They want to make it kind of like the Tesla type of thing, where you pop everything out and you could just make the controls from the middle center section. So it's pretty cool. Now, I want to be honest with y'all. It's very functional. It moves pretty quick. It doesn't really lag as much as maybe the video may show, but it's pretty fine. Now, what I disliked about this center console is my hands got it dirty so fast. If you guys hate dirty screens, you are going to dirty it up. So I would recommend getting some kind of like screen protector, or maybe like a textured matte one, so it doesn't show the grease or those fingerprints always, because you can even see the fingerprints in here. So I would recommend that. I did drive the car for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, just to see if there's any glitching or anything from that. And honestly, there was nothing wrong with it, but this is also a car with super low mileage and relatively really new. Anyways, so the center console does have a lot of features, and you do have a lot of functionality with the new C-Class, C300. If you guys are watching, you'll see that even in this case, if you get into an accident, it can take photos of what happened. And that's actually pretty dope. I never knew that these cars would actually be able to do something like that. There's a lot more tech going into these cars than we really need. I just want to be honest with y'all. Now, this is the part where we talked about there's certain like functionality when it comes to lighting. Mercedes have always done stuff like this. But I want to be fair, because I'm going to show it right in the video. You can actually change, like pick the specific color of the ambient lighting. Take a look. I can pick the specific color I would want. You see how it's changing? That light color right there? Yeah. You can actually change it. That's super cool. So I think that's a nice cool feature, because it gives you the ambient lighting. It's nice that these cars give this a functionality, but I'm going to be honest with y'all too. I think it makes it look a little nicer. Before Mercedes started doing this wasn't really a thing. And there were aftermarket kits you could put in your car to do this, and they look cheesy. But things are only cheesy until the OEMs start doing it. And I think Mercedes is one of the companies out there who came and started doing this and made it OEM, so it wasn't cheesy anymore. Period. Now, for the naysayers, because I know some of you guys are Mercedes diehards, especially for C-Class, I actually don't like this tablet as much as you guys really think I do. And here's why I'm gonna say it. It's nice. It fits into the cabin. Yes. It has a Tesla style. Yes. It's functional. Yes. It does everything it needs to do. But I would say, I think Mercedes is trying to blend new tech and luxury into one, and I think they're not doing a good job at it. I don't really want an iPhone or anything like it's too techy. in my luxury car. People who usually like prestigious cars, they usually like some stuff that are more analog, not so digital. Like look at the new Mercedes 7 Series. It's fugly ass car, but also the interior just has too much screens. I don't want screens. I think buttons and knobs are still some of the best way to show luxury, because when you touch a knob and it's metal and it's stainless steel, it's something. It was crafted, even if it was by a machine. But when you do it you take that feeling out, you do it on a touchscreen, it takes it away. That's why a lot of phones, if you have it, it has the haptic feedback, because people don't want to touch a screen and don't feel anything back. They want to feel like something's happening. So when you turn a knob or you press a button, it clicks. There's always some kind of physical motion that you know that it's actually functioning. It's super weird if it doesn't do anything. So this is why they apply these type of technologies to digital, electronics. Anyways, let's continue with this pad. Once again, I'm just going through some of the apps. I know you can upload more apps and pretty much search the web. Honestly, there's not really too much I'm really looking into doing, because I don't think that people should be so much engaged with their center console. Like, to me, I think center console should be heat, AC, and music. That's really it. Like, some people like their center console to read them text messages, so they can say Siri or call out to call certain things. I get it. I get that functionality. But to me, if my center console isn't playing a movie or YouTube videos or anything, I don't really care about it. To me, I don't really care about it. I think center console should play YouTube videos, or any movies, but they don't allow you to do this stuff because they think it will be distracted driving, which I do agree, and we do not want that. Excuse me. But anyways, let's get back to this part. This is showing a different functionality with the HVAC. Now, everything is not really physically on the screen, but they only have these three functions. The AC vent to the top, middle, and lower. I'm guessing I'm not used to that, because even on my W205 C63, you have more functions other than those three. There's always a combination of more than three, which is actually a lot different than this. Let me see what else is here. User profile. You guys, okay, this is why I go to the buttons. You see? Dynamic mode. That allows you to change the certain sport mode, individual mode, comfort mode, and eco mode, right? Then you have an on and off button, and then you have hazards, and you have the volume and mute button. So that's kind of cool that they actually have the mute button and the volume up and down. But on the older W205, the volume up and down was a roller. Like, it was pretty cool. I actually liked that it was a roller before. It was actually pretty cool. Now you don't have the roller, you just have a volume up and a volume down and a mute button off. The center console is huge. Huge. They finally took their time and said, people have big cell phones, let's put it in here. Also, you could do wireless charging in the middle. I believe I might take out my phone and try it in here, but you'll have wireless charging if your car is able to do so, and it'll fit there nice and comfortably. And it has USB Type C, I believe, or pretty much the charging port right there for you, which is pretty super dope. I like that they have those upgraded ones now. Now these cup holders though, huge cup holders, and depending on the size, it has a little extra flap there. So if it's a smaller cup, it can still fit and hold everything nice. It's a huge space, guys. Hopefully, I think I grabbed the phone again to try to put it in the middle. Yep. See how big that is? I love that. I love cubby space or storage space. I also don't do no space for the middle of the center console, but it's also just as big too. It's actually bigger than the W205, I would say. Now, going to I think I go to the dash now. Yep, the dash. The funny thing about the dash is I thought there'd be a lot more functionality here, but there really wasn't. You could pretty much just change your cluster design, like, to 3 or 4 different options, either like sport or non-essential, whatever they would call it. 3 or 4 different functions. This changes the colors and the different technometers and some of the information that will come up on screen. And there's a couple of options here, but I thought it would be a lot more in depth but it really wasn't. It really wasn't much to it. And it's kind of cool if I show right here, depending on the cluster you go, it'll also change the middle cluster too to follow it. And when you do that, you can also go and change the color. So you can literally change the whole feel and look of the car by changing the center console. So I would say that this is a plus with going with a car with electronics, because you literally can customize it to your mood and your liking. And honestly, you get in one person's C-Class, it may be all green. You get another person's C-Class, it might be a soft orange or a highlighter red. Super dope. Now, these air vents, they light up, which is pretty cool. I like it at night. But what I don't like about them is they get hot. They get pretty hot. When you turn up the heat, the middle knob is actually really hot to the touch. I've never really touched anything that gets hot to the touch, and they're not made of metal, but they get really hot to the touch. You don't touch them often, so you shouldn't really complain, but I just thought that was actually pretty different. Especially when we turn the AC, they get really cold. But, you know, no one should really care, but I was just surprised by that. I like the look of them. Now, I'm also showing here the heated steering wheel. I couldn't find the heated steering wheel button, but when you press the heated seats, it's like I guess it automatically goes with the steering wheel. The steering wheel will heat up with it automatically too when you press it. The seats do heat up pretty quick. I believe it's rapid heating, and when I used it, it was pretty fine. I didn't have a problem with it. Now the seating controls, oh my god, I hated them. Because with the old W205 or pretty much any Mercedes, you can move that seating control back and forth. It actually moves in place. With this one, it barely moves. Like, it just feels it's very rough to the touch, and it doesn't move. Those controls don't move. The door panels are made of plastic. The brown leather is nice and soft. That silver piece right there is honestly not metal. Anything silver you see in this car right now is not metal at all, guys. It is no metal. Like, even the door handle felt plastic. Everything felt that was silver was pretty much plastic. Plastic interior, I get it. They're cutting costs, but everything was plastic that looked, that's not really carbon fiber. I doubt it. It looked like carbon fiber, but I doubt it's really carbon fiber. And it's hollow. It sounds once again, more plasticky. And as you really start touching the whole interior, you find out that leather's plastic. I mean, the leather is not too soft. Well, the brown leather was fine, but everything else, plastic or hard plastic or piano black. Majority of the interior is plastic. And when you sit there and you really think about it, you're like, this interior is really made out of plastic. Now, moving over to the lights that sit right above you, your map light, your interior lights. Simple and easy. Those are buttons. I don't have a problem with those at all. Now you have like the map lights, which are like not really buttons. They're more like a touch sensitive type of motion lights. Once again, which were kind of weird for me to use, and that's why I can't really get the light on properly, get it off. But I guess once you start using it, you'll know how to use it. But once again, it could have just been a simple button. Just a simple button, and it would have worked. Once again, they took out some functionality of things. Now, this sunroof button, oh my god. So, the way it works is, you can press it as a button, and it will open. But also, it's touch sensitive, so you can slide your finger, and it would actually close and open. It's not necessarily pressing a button, I'm like sliding it. And I'm trying to figure it out. See, I'm sliding it back, and I'm just showing you guys how it works. I have to move it forward. I'm trying to slide it. I'm getting annoyed. And it's closing back. I don't like that feature. That could have been the button like it had before, period. So, that's all in all. Let's move now to the rear seat of the car and see what else is back there. Because, you know, at the end of the day, some people want to know how it looks like from the back. I'd rather not care. I mean, that's what she said. But you know, you want to see how it looks like from the back. So, let's hop back there super quick and see how tight it is. Now, guys, I'm 6'1". I push the seat all the way back for myself as if I was in the driver's seat. And if I'm 6'1", I don't have much leg room for myself. Period. And I'm about 180, 185 pounds, 6'1". So that's my knees going to hit into the seat. Of course, I could have moved the seat a little bit forward and it would have been a little bit better. But that kind of gives you guys an idea. Now, this window, this was a courtesy car, but it kept on making this terrible noise back and forth here. I don't know what kind of slider, I don't know what's going on here with this issue, but it's super freaking annoying. It was making this terrible knocking noise, and I know if I had this car, this would be something that they would have to fix, because windows are not supposed to make that noise. These headrests definitely look a lot different. I've never seen a headrest with this type of I would say platform, or how, whatever it is, or how it's stacked up. Different, definitely different look. Center vents in the middle, and honestly with the panoramic sunroof, which is, I think, is always the biggest plus for the Mercedes cars. They've tried to make sure that the C-Class could always have a panoramic sunroof, and I think it fits so well. It definitely gives it a better quality feel, and it makes the car look a lot bigger than it really is. This is me sitting in the middle looking at the front seats, and the front seats are pretty plain. I haven't driven long in these seats, but I really wish there was a little bit more bolstering, I would say, for the legs. Not really so much for the top half, but for the legs. Alright, so now I'm going to head out to the exterior and just do my final shots. Just pop in the trunk to show you guys the trunk. And I have my electric scooter back there, which is a decent sized scooter. And once again, these European cars have a lot of trunk space. You also have the way to unlock the rear seat so they can fold down. So you do have the 60-40 split if I need to fold it down. And then I'm going to close it down. And, you know, this is usual Mercedes stuff. It closes. Boom. The front end, nothing to really talk about here. Nothing really to scream about. I definitely believe it's a different look compared to the old W205 C63 or just regular W205, regular C300. And honestly, guys, it has been a big change, I would say. Comparing the size and the interior, though, I would say it's about the same size to me. But to finish it off, as someone who's 6'1", I think that the other C60 class has just much more luxury feel than this car. This may look nicer, but to me, it's a lot cheaper. Alright guys, so that brings this review down to a close. I'm not going to be able to review the car because right when I was about to do the drive, my E63 was returned back to me. So yeah, think about that. So I really didn't get to do a drive with the car, but to end it, honestly, it drives very similar to a C300, but once again, I believe the interior is a lot cheaper in this car, and boom, there go my car. So yeah, guys, I gotta go. I really appreciate you guys for always supporting the channel. Hopefully, you can add me at boostinmotion.g, Facebook, and boostinmotion@gmail.com. You already know what to do. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.